So today we are going to break down the opening scene of Roller Boogie. This movie, I feel like it's not a super well-known movie, but for me, it was the most inspiring movie, I think, of my entire childhood. I had 3 movies on rotation to fall asleep to. Number 1 was this movie, Roller Boogie. Number 2 was Ice Princess. And number 3 was Stuck in the Suburbs. So if you're with me, you're with me. But this movie, very unlike Ice Princess and Stuck in the Suburbs, this movie came out in 1979, and it starred Jimmy Bray, and he was a competitive artistic skater who stopped competing and starred in this movie. And to me, number 1, that was like, wow, what a dream come true. Like, that is insane to me that that actually happened. Number 2, I was born in the 90s, and roller skating, although I tell people like roller skating never went away, because literally it never went away. But this opening scene of all of these skaters in Venice, I dreamed of this. So literally I would watch this opening scene and then go to sleep and literally dream of this movie being my reality. And then come to 2020, and this honestly is reality again. I mean, Venice Beach has always been filled with skaters, especially the skate circle, but this many skaters, this didn't happen again until around 2020. So it actually did happen in my lifetime, and for that I'm forever grateful. But this movie inspired me so much. Literally, I thrifted this leotard and these shorts and I auditioned in this every single audition. This was like my lucky outfit, because I thrifted this after seeing this movie in like 2007 probably, or sooner or earlier. But I was obsessed with this opening scene and with these outfits and with just everything about it. So if you haven't watched it, please figure out where you can watch it. I have it on VHS, and this opening scene I found on YouTube. So, okay, let's get into it, because I'm so excited to watch this. We start off with putting skates together, literally putting them together. The skates don't even have wheels on them yet. Oh, these plates. These skates are so heavy compared to skates that are made now. This is like a Snyder plate. Okay, this right here, how the title spins as the wheel. When I first saw this, and every time I've fully watched this movie, I was not doing video at all. And I thought this was brilliant. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so genius that they would have it spin. That they would spin the wheel and the logo or the title would be in it. Genius. There he is. There's our star in some ketchup and mustard. Love it. The thought of living at Venice Beach, looking out your window and being like, yeah, I have my skates on. I'm going to go skate now. That was the coolest thing to me. It's honestly still the coolest thing to me. Venice looks a little different, but not too different. Okay, this guy standing down here making music, listening to music, bopping around. He's in a T position so that he can hold himself still. Let's take a moment here to appreciate that the main character is wearing toe stops. He jumps off of this curb how an artistic skater would jump off the curb. He jumps off and plants his right foot sideways to stop his momentum, which is a little terrifying because you have to really bend into that knee, but he puts his right toe stop down to stop him. The way he skates, if you know artistic skating, you can clearly see that he is an artistic skater, but he wants to get speed without getting too much speed. So he does a series of crosses. Now this looks a little silly, a little kitschy. He does a 3-turn there, really nice 3-turn, and then does a hop over the little crack. Okay, now let's take a moment to appreciate this. There is so much happening here, and it is literally when I say that this is what my dreams were made of, this is what my dreams were made of, and this is what my dreams are made of. Okay, so we have a guy doing a handstand on a park bench. with his skates on. Skates are heavy. That's really hard to control, but as you can see, he's very muscular. He's very strong. We have a cartwheel going down the street. We have some backward skating from our main character, some more strange steppy walks, but he's turning backward to forward, doing 3 turns, turning around, doing edges. He's showing that he can skate. So if you are ever in this situation where you have like a few seconds to show that you can skate, that's probably your best bet, is edges, fast skating, forward, backward, crosses, 3 turns, turning around however you want to turn around, 3 turns, and heel-to-heel transitions, stuff like that. He's using his arms a lot. This is just for show. Like, obviously they had people telling him what to do. This moment right here is really cool. Again, the thought of just rolling up, there's no one out. Like, that is so bizarre to me. But obviously they were filming this, but there's no one out. It's just skaters. Dream. And then you meet up with your friends who are just spinning around, just having a great old time. This girl is doing a heel toe spin and pumping the 2-foot spin for so long here. He does a spread eagle around her. So inner edges, spread eagle, chaos, lots of spinning, lots of movement. I love it. They do a little handshake here. So sick. Our guy in the red jacket got a little dizzy there. Now this guy jumps off of this thing. That's a really far jump. Like, he had to make sure he really bent his knees to land that. I'm breaking this down like for the moves now, but growing up watching this, I didn't see a single one of these moves. Like, I was just watching this, just mesmerized that this could be a reality. And in my life, I grew up in Orange County. I wasn't going to Venice Beach every weekend to see the skaters. I didn't know that this was a thing, but it wasn't quite a thing like this. Like, there weren't this many skaters out. Okay, now we have the whole pack skating here. What I did not notice until literally right now is the skater in the back falls. He wipes out around this corner. Bam, he's down. He gets up so fast, he rolls around like to his right hip and gets right back up. But that is wild. I never noticed that. Amazing recovery. The main character here in the front, he does a really strong push off of his toe stop. And if you watch his knees and his edges, he has very, very strong knee bends and very strong edges. It's really, honestly, beautiful to see. The guy in the back straight up does an axel, just takes off and does an axel. Amazing. While that's happening, there's a guy over here doing a cartwheel. It is nonstop. This line of skaters, they are all evenly placed. That is so difficult to do when skating. Everyone skates differently. Everyone has their own style. Literally everyone's doing something different here. But to stay at that same spacing, impeccable. Like, that's really impressive. Okay, so our skater in the front here does, again, another 3-turn. He loves to push off of his right toe stop and do a 3-turn. I too love that. Then he swings his leg out doing an edge rockover. I have skills videos on nearly everything for this. He does an edge rockover while going backward. This is super fun to do like this because if you swing your free leg out like he does, it just like takes you out, brings you back in. You of course need to rotate your body, bend your knee, make sure you're controlling it or else the skates will control you. But it's really, really fun to do this. Then he does a cross behind and then again a back to forward 3-turn. This time an outer back 3-turn. I'm really curious if this was just on the fly or if someone told him to do this, but he does one set of traveling turns. He does a right inner forward 3-turn and then a right outer back 3-turn, heel to heel transition, and an inner back 3-turn. I love that sequence so much. There's something about it. Also, I do have to admit, we did take from the same skating coach. Me and this skater both had the same skating coach. So I think we were taught in the same way. But because I'm like, I do that sequence a lot. And I must have picked that up from my coach. So much crossing here. Okay, these huge jumps I love. It's so cool. Oh, and then these leotards, this yellow one, I want that so badly. So fun to see all of these skills. Okay, this little choreo right here, this little stomp together moment, so cute. This, again, very impressive. Like, these skaters are very good. This little choreo moment is hilarious. And then these wind skate things, I want to try that. Literally this outfit. I saw this and I was like, I want to be that person. And so I tried to become that person. This couple here making out with their skates on top of a dumpster. I'm sure this has happened. I'm sure this is very real. 3 turns, crosses, so many crosses. There is just the continuous making out while rolling is really hilarious. They go around these tables. Beautiful edge work, beautiful crossovers, beautiful cross pulls. It's just so good to see. Like, this makes me so happy. Okay, now this moment, they're pushing really hard. Super bent knees over their skates, and they are pushing using their big toe to push super, super hard to get to these cans. Now, he does edges with both feet. I teach this as an edge rock over. You're switching, you're rocking over from an outer to an inner. When you do this on both feet, you're technically doing an outer and an inner at the same time, outer, inner at the same time. You just have to know what foot is doing what edge. Very impressive, very cool. Bent knees. For him, I'm sure this was extremely easy. Still impressive. And then they all get together. There's still people jumping over these trash cans, which is awesome. This guy juggling while skating. I want to be his friend. I wish I knew who did the stunts for this. I don't. But that is obviously very impressive. All of these outfits. Okay. Now hold on. I remember watching this for the first time with my mom. And I was so blown away by this skater. I was like, how is this person doing this? And again, I wish I knew who did the stunts for this. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I honestly don't know if it is a skater. It might just be a stunt person. But whoever they are so good at this. They are so good at skating. If you ever see anyone really bad at skating on camera, but they're still staying upright, that probably means that they are a very good skater, like a very good skater. The way that he's bending his body and not falling down is absolutely wild. It's so cool. Okay, so that's where this opening scene is gonna end. I hope you can tell how happy this makes me. I loved this movie so much, and honestly, this opening scene I saw way more than the entire movie because I would like fall asleep after this. But if you have not watched these movies from the 70s that are all about skating and usually some sort of love story, they are so much fun to watch, and they are just like, to me, this was everything I dreamed of in skating, because I was like a kid. I was skating every single day. I was training, and this just looked like so much fun. And I never really skated outside until I was like doing jobs and I had retired from competition, because I always thought it was too dangerous, which it is dangerous. But this just looked like everything I could have ever dreamed of. And honestly, it is. So if you want to experience something like this, Venice Beach, where they filmed this, is so fun for skating. There is usually a lot of skaters out, and it is just so fun to watch the different styles and to participate if you want to skate. And if you do want to learn how to skate, please, please, please check out my memberships at thatnicolefiore.com and my foundations course. It is super, super helpful. I have been teaching for way over 10 years now. Yeah, it's been a long time, and I've been skating for 31 of them. So please let me know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown and a trip down memory lane for me, and I hope you do watch this movie because it is fantastic. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you later.